I have some extremely exciting news I want to share with you today. I don't even know where to start. For instance, I've updated my task list and I'm gonna hit a milestone today. More about that later. Right in front of me, I have something I really need to show you, but the real thing I want to show you is over there. But okay, let me start right here. These parts are all taken off my Cagiva adventure motorcycle. These mirrors are not the original ones, they are very bad. I will be upgrading, replacing them. These hand grips are also not the original ones. I will be replacing them as well with heated grips. These parts in the middle here are the original one. Will be replaced with my custom solution. But then to the exciting part, that's over here. Because on this table are all the parts I need to finish up my Cagiva motorcycle and make it ready for its first proper adventure trip. Let me just add, that doesn't mean I'm done fixing the Cagiva, but all the important stuff, the priority one on my list, is then finished. I still have a lot remaining, but that is more things I want to do, not things I really need to do. But before I start this job, I need to make one important phone call. Hey, hello Mr. Hansen.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Hesta. I'm doing great, to be honest. How are you doing?
Yeah, actually very great, because look at this, my motorcycle. It's almost done, ready for our trip.
Is that almost done? From what I can see, it's a lot of work still to be done with your bike.
Okay. Let me show you here on the. You can see here, it's just putting on these parts. It's just
okay.
A couple of hundreds of parts remaining, and then we're ready for the trip.
We are in September now. You know that fall in Norway is quite short, so we don't have that much time to. You don't have so much time to be ready.
I know, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Just give me a couple of days, and I think it will be done. How many weeks do we have before the winter is here?
I would say probably around a month or maybe 2. It depends on the weather, of course. Now, today, it's beautiful weather outside, but that can change every day. And I would say that you have not more than a couple of weeks, maybe 1 month, until we have to take the trip.
Yeah, it looks like you're in your cabin. Is it hot over there?
Yeah, I'm covered in sunscreen and everything is 26 degrees and the sun is up and it's just like, I've never experienced anything like it. But I've been waiting for this for 6 months now.
I know. But no.
It's ridiculous, but I hope you are happy with every upgrade you have done. And I'm looking really forward to see your navigational system, because I just managed to put on a new navigation system on my bike as well for the upcoming trip. So we could compare a little bit.
Absolutely, let's do that. So then I have a challenge for you. While I'm now fixing up the remaining parts here, can you plan a trip for us?
I will do that. I have a really good trip planner online, so I can go in and I will see if we can meet somewhere in the middle. The further to the coast we are, the more possibilities there will be for hot weather.
Perfect. That's excellent. Okay, that sounds great. We have some kind of a plan then. Let me spend some days on my bike here, and you plan the trip, and I'll see you in a week or 2.
That's a huge promise, and I will hold you up to it.
Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, I'll better get started on my fixing the motorcycle. See you soon.
We do that. See you, mate. Bye.
This is me and my motorcycle. And this is Thomas and his motorcycle. We have planned to go on a road trip this fall. His Yamaha Tenere is in excellent condition. My old Cagiva, not so much. I have a long list of things I need to do. Can I manage to get it done in time to the trip?
The first task is to put on these heated grips from Daytona. I opted for these because they have a button on the handlebar itself, so I don't need some extra thingy for controlling the heat. Yeah, very neat. So that's to put on first. And the package, of course, consists of 2 hand grips, and I actually kind of like the design here. Kind of cool. And each hand grip has its own cable, and that's the reason why I want to put them on now, to prepare the cabling for my new dashboard system. As you probably know, it's 2 types of these handles. The biggest one goes on the throttle body, and this should now fit perfectly over here. It didn't. I have spent more than half an hour, almost 1 hour now, sanding down the throttle plastic piece here, and also the internals had some ribbon stuff, so yeah. Use my lathe, by the way, to remove the plastic to get this on, and now it fits quite nice here. And this is supposed to be glued on. Maybe I will do that later. And this one fits not perfectly at all. Too loose here. A lot of glue would have solved it, but again, I'll do a temporary solution now, just in case I need to remove it later. And then I can route the cables in here and join them with the other cables on the bike. And I have prepared the new center part of the dashboard where the ignition switch is going to be, and I made these new cutouts. I showed you the model in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, maybe take a look. This goes here. Yeah, by the way, I should put in the ignition switch first. And then the cables will go inside of these cutouts. But to avoid these cables now hitting a sharp edge here, I've also 3D printed these flexible pieces. It's a bit tight here. That's the idea also, to make this fit exactly. And I know what you're wondering, what about these holes? What are they for? Well, that is my charging. The other is the voltmeter. And I didn't know, but this has a voltmeter as well. But when you plug it in for charging, it shows how many amperage or how many watts it's charging. And then the voltmeter disappeared. So now I have a constant voltmeter there, just to check that I'm not overdoing it and draining my battery with all my equipment. And the last thing now, before I can attach the rest of the fairing here, is then to wire up all this equipment. Also an outlet for my heated jacket. That's pretty easy, you know, because now I have made separate 2 relays here for attaching all my accessories. So yeah, just some wiring, probably boring stuff for you. all the wiring is done, and most of the inner panels of the dashboard is put on. And the next and most exciting part is to put on the tablet. I'm going to use the UTrock X70. It's a great tablet, really rugged, and it's a bit big maybe because I have limited space here. I have to make sure it fits inside my fairing, my front part of the fairing. But I had to do some changes in the plan to make it work. For instance, these 4 holes I will not be using. The plan was to put a rod across here to stiffen up this. But because of the mount that I also got from UTrock that is made for this tablet, it just blocks the excess here. So instead I have 3D printed 2 brackets. I've 3D printed 2 brackets. That will be a simplified solution. I just need to get this motorcycle done now so I can go on the trip with Thomas. So putting on this, the bracket has a very big hole here, so I have also 3D printed an adapter that I can put on first. I even had to cut off the top part here of the mount to have room for it. So if I could have wished a better solution, maybe made this a bit slimmer. But on the other hand, it's very sturdy and very rugged. And the tablet has a cool bracket here on the back side, so it just slides on. And then I can loosen this and position it exactly how I want. The cable kit that you can buy to the tablet has this M12 universal connector that you can use for powering DC 12 volt directly to the tablet. And I have prepared this connector for it. It can also be used to power on our S232 or whatever it's called. For instance, if you want a remote control on a handbar, it can be used. And this should be waterproof as well. And then I'll just tuck the cable here. It's a bit longer than I need, but that's fine. And then I have my end here. And this has also a bit of vibration damping, the mount. And also the rubber adapter I made would also help with the vibration, I would think. I'll be the first to admit that, yeah, this is a mess with cables, relays, connectors. But I've spent some time moving the handlebar from side to side, and it's not that many wires that are moving. Only the few ones that goes to the handlebar. The others are fixed. But I can probably improve on this. I didn't want to cut any cables. It's the original wire harness. Just some few connectors are changed. But I can optimize this later. But now this will be like a test run for a while to see if it works, as I hope. So then putting on, I by the way painted this fairing on the backside. I think that is will make the environment a bit better for the driver. Plugging in the headlights. That is the last connector. It's been a while since the bike has had all the fairings on, so this is quite fun. So, what do you think? This is approximately how it looks as a rider when you're sitting on the bike and looking at my new custom instrument panel. Maybe you noticed I have to flip it around. I did it off camera because having the power cable coming out here, it crashed. Yeah, it was no good, so I flipped it around. And of course, now it's almost blocking the instruments there, but oh, maybe I should turn it on so you can see how it looks. Here is my custom instrument made out of diodes. It works as it should. When I'm turning This is goes pretty nice. It barely touched, but on the other side, well, it goes, but it's touching there. Also, it's not any clearance at all here, so you can see it's touching the fairing. So I think maybe I need to improve it later on, trying to slim down the panels to get the whole GPS module a bit further down into the dashboard, so it's not crashing into stuff. This one is empty. This is reserved for a digital computer speedometer, tachometer, kilometer counter, and so on. That will be made to the next year. And yes, of course, let me test the heated grip. Pressing this button for 3 seconds, and it should turn on. And I can select different kind of temperatures by pressing on it. It's a auto shut off, so now I can see the voltage is 11.9 volts, so it will start blinking and turn off automatically, so it's not draining the battery when you're low on power. And then it is this cable here. This is made so I can connect the power cord to my heated jacket. And this is just for storing it when it's not in use. I must say I'm so satisfied with my new dashboard, my new instruments, and of course also heated grip and integrated output for the heated jacket. I think I have all I need here now to have a great trip together with Thomas soon. Yeah, except mirrors and the handguard. I've already spent some time preparing the kit. You need to buy 3 packages from a service to get this. The main piece is the handguard, the white plastic here, and this is called rally brush, and these are the spoilers that is extra that you can buy. You don't need them, but it gives extra wind protection. And then you buy this mounting kit, and good instructions and some stickers always included when you buy Italian stuff. It did not fit 100% to my bike. I needed to make this adapter, but luckily I got a 3D printer, so no worries. Also, these I have added 4 layers of heat shrink wrap, pretty beefy ones, because these were too thin for my handlebar. And by the way, the mounting kit came with multiple sizes for this, so it should fit regardless of the size for your handlebar. It's a bit fiddly to get on this clamp here. I need to put the nut on top here because it will go exactly under this bar. So I have to screw it from the bottom and then just hope this is not falling off. Then this slides in here. I made it quite tight. The bolt goes through. It looks kind of easy to put it on, but I promise you I spent quite some time. Then it's the same procedure on the other side, except here I need to use my custom 3D printed adapter. I just can't understand how people can live without a 3D printer. It just solves all my problems. Here you can see the problem, I hope. It's over at this end. I just can't get these to connect. So there are some kind of distance here between these 2 brackets. So then I hope my adapter that goes in between here can help me out. I haven't tested it before now, so I'm not sure if it fits, but let's hope so. I had to be creative here. The bolt is barely long enough. I'm using just a regular nut with thread locker, Loctite on. Now I have some flexibility here to adjust it. I want it so tight as I can. And then tightening the last bolt and the handguards are on. Looks cool, doesn't it? Pretty cool. There is one slight issue. They are a bit big here in the inner part, so they are blocking the corners of my side instruments. Not good. Maybe I should investigate, see if I can find something that is a bit slimmer and fits better here. But it will do for now. Then it's the mirrors. That should be the easiest task of all, shouldn't it? These were the one that has been on the bike. and they are vibrating a lot, and they are very hard to adjust. Something is wrong here, I think. So I bought these, and I haven't really taken a look at them. They are square, so I think they are more similar to the original ones that was square or rectangular. Oh, yep, here it is. Oh boy. That is maybe the biggest mirror I have ever seen. Of course, here it goes. And it doesn't even fit. And I'm not even sure if I want. That is the ugliest mirrors I have ever seen. Wow. I don't think I want these. They were a bit bigger than I thought. They were on sale, maybe for a reason. I think originally they were 50 bucks and they were discounted to 15 or something. So I thought it was a bargain. Price-wise, it was. Luckily, they don't fit. Too big of a screw here. These mirrors are actually bought for another bike, for a more sporty bike. These are not as big. These I've seen before and I have tried them on. I know these fits. I thought these fits. These doesn't fit either. I need an adapter here, don't I? So, is this the adapter? Sorry for this. This part of the video is not really planned at all. I thought it was just to put them on. Okay. They do fit, actually. If I just take off the adapter. I just gotta try them on. Maybe I should use this to see what my friend on the Yamaha thinks. I think at least I will be able to see everything that is going on behind me with these mirrors. Maybe they are not too bad. Why does everything need to be so cool and so pretty anyway? If they are functional, well, that's the most important, isn't it? Yes, it looks like they're made for a big lorry truck, but I will try this. I will try this. Just connecting the battery. It's absolutely a benefit having these big mirrors. It's, yeah, I can see everything going on behind me. Should I leave them on? Have the adventure motorcycle with the biggest mirrors in the world? Yeah, I think so. I think I need to do that. So maybe it's time to take a test trip with the world's biggest mirrors. When I am looking at my task list here, check out some of the points here. Install new instrument cluster, new ignition switch, relocate and use relays, new custom instrument cluster, use LEDs, heated grips, install handguard mirrors, replace. Not sure about that. Fuel filter, yeah, that's true. I have to reconnect my tank. I have a huge fuel filter now and I want to put on these small ones. Also one for each side of the tank. Now I only have one. So, and I need to reconnect the fuel lines. Okay, so the plan then is to test out these crazy big mirrors and of course the tablet and all the stuff I made, see if it works. So I think I have to make a follow-up video to prepare for my trip with Mr. Hansen. So if you're watching this, Mr. Hansen, I think my bike is almost done now. Just some very minor tasks. Or did I forget something? Wait a sec.